Lamp glow rests on the desk in a small warm pool. The table edge looks straight, quietly defined in low light. Window glass shows a subdued street grid, softened and distant. Air slides near the floor, then pauses as if settling. A chair remains angled toward the table, unchanged in place. The floor stays dark with faint grain visible near the lamp. Curtain folds hang still, seems faint but readable. A cup cools beside paper, its surface unchanged by motion. Traffic outside becomes a thin texture, steady and nutritious. Time moves forward through subtle shifts in reflection on glass. Coolness lingers near the frame corner, close to the latch. Warmth remains nearer the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling stays plain, quietly continuous above the room. A shelf edge catches a pale highlight, then returns to dim. Books remain closed, a line without any urgency. Outside signals change slowly. Their glow muted by distance, reflections drift across the pane. As headlights pass below, silence resumes immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dark and separate. Air remains clear and neutral, without perfume or smoke. A notebook lies closed, square to the desk edge. The wall holds a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A faint elevator tone appears, then dissolves quickly across the street. One office rectangle goes dark calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for study and late work. The street quiets after a car, then returns to hush. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing peaks. The mood stays level and refined. Night continues as a medicine backtrack.
Small boat keeps brightness contained near the desktop. The desk surface stays clear, edges crisp, uncluttered. Window glass shows street lamps, its softened points in distance. Air moves near the vent in brief pulses, then fades. A chair remains slightly pulled back, holding its spacing. The floor stays dark with a faint line of sheen near light. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure in dim fabric. A glass of water stands still, catching a pale reflection. Traffic becomes a low layer, steady, easily ignored. Time advances quietly, seen in shadow drift on the wall. Cool air rests near the latch, close to the frame corner. Warmth gathers near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, with no detail asking attention. A shelf holds books in calm alignment, spine subdued. Outside signals cycle slowly, their glow muted by distance. Reflections slide along the pane when headlights pass below. Resumes quickly after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door stays unlit, unchanged. Air remains neutral and clear, without perfume or smoke. A notebook sits open, blank space steady and patient. The wall shows a gentle gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under the chair remain rounded, soft-edged. A faint mechanical hum appears somewhere below, then dissolves. One window across the street turns off, widening darkness quietly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for reading and late focus. The street quiets after a car, then returns to hush. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing shifts into drama, the mood stays level. Like a clear boundary, night remains consistent, refined and understated. Gathers on the table corner, modest and steady. The desk edge looks clean, with space left intentionally open. Through the window, buildings appear, softened dark outlines. Air slides along the baseboard, then pauses without effort. The chair remains angled, left as it was, quietly stable. The floor stays dark, grain visible, only near the lamp. Curtain folds hang straight, seems faint in low illumination. A cup rests beside paper, cooled into stillness. Traffic outside becomes distant texture, thin and intrusive. Time passes with restraint, measured by reflection, drift on glass. Coolness lingers near the pane's edge, close to the frame seam. Warmth stays near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, quietly continuous above the room. A shelf edge catches a narrow highlight, then releases it. Books remain closed, aligned, undisturbed by any motion. Outside signals change slowly, their colors muted by distance. Reflections glide across the pane as headlights pass below. Silence returns immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dim and separate. Air remains clear with no scent, rising to attention. A notebook lies closed, square to the desk edge. The wall holds a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A faint elevator tone appears, then dissolves quickly. Across the street, one office light turns off calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for late work and study. The street quiets after a buzz, then settles again. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing rises toward a climax, the tone stays level. Night continues as a refined, neutral background. Gathers on the table corner, modest and steady. The desk edge looks clean, with space left intentionally open. Through the window, buildings appear as softened dark outlines. Air slides along the baseboard, then pauses without effort. A chair remains angled, left as it was, quietly stable. The floor stays dark, gray, invisible only near the lamp. Curtain folds hang straight, seams fade in low illumination. A cup rests beside a coaster mark, cooled into stillness. Traffic outside becomes distant texture, thin and edge with it. Time passes with restraint, measured by reflection drift on glass. Coolness lingers near the pane's edge, close to the frame seam. Warmth stays near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, quietly continuous above the room. A shelf edge catches a narrow highlight, then releases it. Books remain closed, aligned, undisturbed by any motion. Outside signals change slowly, their colors muted by distance. Reflections glide across the pane as headlights pass below. Silence returned immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dim and separate. Air remains clear with no scent rising to attention. A notebook lies closed, square to the desk edge. The wall holds a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A faint elevator tone appears, then dissolves quickly. Across the street, one office light turns off calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for late work and study. The street quiets after a bus, then settles again. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing rises toward a climax. The tone stays level. Continues as a refined, will keep background.
Rests on the tabletop like a small, steady field. The window frames buildings, soft outlines against night. Air slides along the baseboard and pauses without effort. The chair sits slightly back, holding its measured distance. The desk surface stays dark, absorbing glare into matte comb. Curtains remain motionless, folds precise in low illumination. The cup cools near a coaster ring, unchanged by passing time. Traffic arrives blurred, a distant wash rather than event. A faint reflection moves continues when headlights pass and then withdraw. Time continues in restrained steps marked by shadow drift. Coolness lingers near the glass edge, close to the frame seam. Warmth stays nearer the lampshade, mild and contained. The ceiling line remains plain, quietly continuous. A shelf edge catches a narrow highlight, then releases it. Books remain closed, aligned without a need to be read. Outside signals shift at an even pace. Unhurried, silence returns quickly after each soft external sound. The hallway stays dim beyond the door, separate and still. Air remains clear with no scent rising to attention. A notebook sits open, blank margins steady and clean. The wall shows a gentle gradient, not bright, not dull. Shadows gather under furniture with softened borders. A distant elevator hum appears, then fades into building quiet. The street below quiets after a car returning to hush. Minutes pass evenly, suitable for late focus. The window keeps the city politely distant, never close. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing sharpens into drama, nothing resolves into a peak. The room keeps its neutral order, steady and refined. Night holds a consistent tone behind the glass. Behind the glass.
A shaded lamp keeps brightness low near the desktop. The desk surface stays clear, edges crisp, uncluttered. The window frames distant streetlights as softened points. Hair moves gently near the sill, then steadies into balance. A chair remains slightly back, preserving measured distance. The floor shows faint sheen near light, fading toward corners. Curtains structure without motion. A clear tumbler stands untouched, reflecting a thin, pale line. Traffic arrives as distant grain, steady enough where truths live. Time advances quietly, visible in slow shadow movement. Cool air stays near the latch, close to glass and frame. Warmth gathers nearer the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, offering no detail to chase. The shelf holds books aligned, spines dim, order intact. Outside signals cycle slowly, muted by distance and glass. Reflections slide across the pane as cars pass below. Silence returns quickly after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains unlit, unchanged. Air remains neutral and clear, without perfume or smoke. A notebook sits open, blank margin steady and clean. The wall carries a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under the chair remain rounded, never sharp. A faint mechanical hum appears below, then dissolves. Across the street, one window goes dark, widening night calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for reading in late focus. The street quiets after a passing engine, then steadies. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing becomes dramatic, the atmosphere stays level. The window keeps distance intact, like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined and understated. Shaded bulb warms one wall panel, leaving corners subdued. desk stays clear, edges simple, lines kept minimal. Streetlights outside appear as small beads in softened haze. Air moves near the vent in brief pulses, then disappears. A glass stands untouched, catching a thin line of brightness. The floor shows faint sheen only where light grazes it. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure in dim fabric. Distant tires whisper as texture, never forming a scene. Time passes with restraint, felt in the slow shift of reflection. Cool air stays closest to the sill near the metal latch. Warm air gathers near the shades underside, contained and mild. A book spine brightens for a moment, then returns to shadow. The ceiling remains flat, calm and uninterested in detail. Outside, signal color cycles slowly muted by distance. A low engine rises briefly, then blends into the background. Silence holds practical space suitable for reading and work. The hallway remains unlit, with no footsteps approaching. A cup rests beside paper, its rim quiet, its surface still. The wall's light gradient softens toward the window side. A shelf keeps objects aligned, unremarked, steady in place. Reflections drift across the pane, then settle into dark glass. Minutes extend in tidy spacing without any crescendo. Air stays clear and neutral without perfume or smoke. Shadows under the chair remain rounded, never sharp. One office window across the street goes dark calmly. Darkness widens by a rectangle, no drama attached. The room remains balanced between warmth and cool distance. Sound thins, returns, then thins again, always restrained. Nothing asks to be resolved, nothing insists on change. Night continues as a quiet, refined backdrop. Stays spare, edges clean, uncluttered. Through the window, distant lamps appear as softened points. Air moves near the vent in brief pulses, then fades. A chair remains slightly pulled back, holding steady spacing. The floor shows faint sheen near light, then disappears into dark. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure without movement. A clear glass stands still, catching a thin, pale reflection. Becomes a low background layer, steady and it drifts in time, advances quietly, measured by shadow drift on the wall. Cool air stays near the latch, close to glass and frame. Warmth gathers near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain with no detail calling attention. A shelf holds books aligned, spines dim, order intact. Outside signals cycle slowly, muted by distance and glass. Reflections slide across the pane as cars pass below. Brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains unlit, unchanged. Air remains neutral and clear without perfume or smoke. A notebook sits open, blank margins steady and clean. The wall carries a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under the chair remain rounded, never sharp. A faint mechanical hum appears below, then dissolves. Across the street, one window goes dark, widening night calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for reading and late focus. The street quiets after a passing engine, then steadies. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing becomes dramatic, the atmosphere stays level. Distance intact like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined, and earned a steady.
Brightness to a modest circle. The desk corner looks clean, with space left intentionally open. Window glass shows the avenue, a softened geometry. Air moves gently near the sill, then settles into balance. The chair remains angled, as if left mid-adjustment. The floor stays dark, grain visible only where light reaches. Curtain folds hang straight there, seems faint but readable. A clear tumbler stands empty, catching a thin reflection line. Traffic outside becomes low texture, steady and Lotensfrischer. Time advances with minimal signal, quiet and regular. Cool air gathers near the latch, close to the frame corner. Warmth stays near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, no ornament drawing attention. A shelf holds simple objects, edges softened by dimness. Books stay closed, aligned in a calm vertical order. Outside signals cycle slowly, their glow muted by distance. Reflections slide across the pane when headlights pass below. Silence resumes immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains unlit, unchanged. Air remains neutral, without perfume, without smoke. A notebook rests close, squared to the desk edge. The wall carries a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows remain rounded beneath the chair legs. A faint building hum rises, then dissolves into stillness. One window across the street turns off, widening darkness calmly. Minutes continue evenly, with no dramatic turn. The street returns to hush after a bus, then stays quiet. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing lifts toward a climax, the tone stays even. Night remains consistent, refined and quietly present. In a small warm pool, the tabletop reads as dark and matte. with no shine. Window glass shows a subdued street grid, softened and distant. Air slides near the floor, then pauses as if settling. A chair remains angled toward the table, unchanged in place. The floor stays dark with faint grain visible near the lamp. Curtain folds hang still, seems faint but readable. A cup cools beside paper, its surface unchanged by motion. Traffic outside becomes a thin texture, steady and unobtrusive. Time moves forward through subtle shifts, in reflection on glass. Coolness lingers near the frame corner, close to the ledge. Warmth remains nearer the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling stays plain, quietly continuous above the room. A shelf edge catches a pale highlight, then returns to dim. Books remain closed, aligned without any urgency. Outside signals change slowly, their glow muted by distance. Reflections drift across the pane as headlights pass below. Silence resumes immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dark and separate. Air remains clear and neutral, without perfume or smoke. A notebook sits open, blank margins steady and clean. The wall holds a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A faint mechanical hum appears below, then dissolves across the street. One office rectangle goes dark calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for study and late work. The street quiets after a car, then returns to hush. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing peaks, the mood stays level and refined. Night continues as an actress backdrop.
Lamplight rests near the desk edge, modest and steady. The tabletop reads as dark and matte, with no shine. Window glass frames the street, a softened geometry. Air slides along the baseboard, then pauses without effort. A chair remains angled, left just as it was, quietly stable. The floor stays dark, gray, invisible, only near the lamp. Curtain folds, hang still, seems faint in low illumination. A cup rests beside a coaster mark, cooled into stillness. Traffic outside becomes distant texture, thin and recede. Time passes with restraint, measured by reflection, drift on glass. Coolness lingers near the pane's edge, close to the frame's seam. Warmth stays near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, quietly continuous above the room. A shelf edge catches a narrow highlight, then releases it. Books remain closed, aligned, undisturbed by any motion. Outside signals change slowly, their colors muted by distance. Reflections glide across the pane as headlights pass below. Silence returns immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dim and separate. Air remains clear, with no scent rising to attention. A notebook lies open, blank space steady and patient. The wall holds a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A faint elevator tone appears, then dissolves quickly. Across the street, one office light turns off calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for late work and study. The street quiets after a bus, then settles again. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing rises toward a climax. The tone stays level. Night continues as a refined and altruistic background. Lamplight touches the wall in a narrow, warm band. The tabletop reads as smooth and dark, nearly charcoal. The window keeps the street at a polite distance. Air drifts low, then steadies as the room settles. A chair back holds a soft curve in shadow. The floor shows faint sheen near light, then fades to dark. Curtains stay still, folds measured, no flutter at the edge. A cup rests beside paper, cooled into quiet permanence. Traffic arrives as soft and grain, never becoming a focus. Time moves forward through subtle changes in reflection. Coolness stays near the window seam, close to metal and glass. Warmth remains near the shade, held within a small radius. The ceiling line stays ordinary, quietly continuous. A shelf edge catches a pale highlight, then returns to dim. Books stand closed, order intact, no titles calling out. Outside signals change slowly, unhurried, restrain. Reflections drift across the pane as cars pass below. Silence returns after each brief external movement. The hallway stays dark beyond the door, separate and calm. Air remains clear without scent, without insistence. A notebook lies open, blank margins steady and clean. The wall's gradient softens toward the window side. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A distant elevator tone appears, then dissolves quickly. Across the street, one office rectangle goes dark quietly. Minutes extend with tidy spacing, suitable for late work. The street below quiets again, returning to a muted hush. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing resolves, nothing peaks, the atmosphere stays level. Night continues as a refined and upsweet backdrop. Lamp glow stays narrow, resting on the desk's quiet edge. The table surface looks matte, holding light without flare. Window glass keeps the street distant, reduced to muted points. Air drifts low, then steadies, as if it chose a calm pace. A chair remains slightly turned, not corrected, not explained. Floor grain shows briefly where the warm circle reaches. Curtain folds hang straight, their weight visible in stillness. A cup cools in place, unchanged by any new sound. The ceiling stays plain, an unadorned line above the room. Traffic arrives as a thin layer, softened before it enters. Reflections slide along the pane when a car passes below. Time advances quietly, measured by subtle shadow movement. Coolness gathers near the frame, close to the latch and seal. Warmth stays nearer the shade, contained in a small radius. A shelf edge catches a pale highlight, then lets it go. books stand closed, their spines dim, their order undisturbed. The wall holds a gentle gradient, brighter near the lamp. No voice enters, and the room remains workable and calm. A distant elevator tone appears briefly, then dissolves. Outside signals change slowly, seen more than noticed. Silence returns to the same baseline after each soft sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dark and separate. A notebook lies open, blank space, steady without pressure. Air remains neutral, with no scent asking for attention. A faint building vibration settles, then smooths into quiet. The street below grows quieter after a brief passing engine. Corners stay dim, holding shape without pulling focus. Minutes continue evenly, without lift, without drop. The window keeps distance intact like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined, and gently understated.
Keeps brightness contained near the tabletop. The desk surface stays spare, edges clean, uncluttered. Through the window, distant lamps appear as softened points. Air moves near the vent and grief pulses, then fades. A chair remains slightly pulled back, holding steady spacing. The floor shows faint sheen near light and disappears into dark. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure without movement. Clear glass stands still, catching a thin pale reflection. Traffic becomes a low background layer, steady and not obtrusive. Time advances quietly, measured by shadow drift on the wall. Cool air stays near the latch, close to glass and frame. Warmth gathers near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, with no detail calling attention. The shelf loads, books aligned, spines dim, order intact. Outside signal cycles slowly, muted by distance and glass. Reflections slide across the pane as cars pass below. Silence returns quickly after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains unlit, unchanged. Air remains consistent, refined, and understated. Corners remain dim, stable, and uninsistent. Nothing becomes dramatic. The atmosphere stays level. The window keeps distance intact, like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined, and understated.
A shaded lamp keeps brightness low, contained near the desktop. The tabletop reads his map, dark enough to soften glare. A window frame, streetlights as small points in softened haze. Hair moves gently near the sill, then steadies into balance. A chair remains slightly back, preserving a measured distance. The floor shows faint sheen light, fading toward corners. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure without motion. A queer tumbler stands untouched, reflecting a thin pale line. Traffic arises, distant brain, steady and obtrusive. Time advances quietly, visible in slow shadow movement. Cool air stays near the latch, close to glass or frame. Morph gathers nearer the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, passive mosaico slowly muted by distance and glass. Across the street one window goes dark, widening night calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for reading and late focus. The street quiets after a passing engine, then steadies. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing becomes dramatic. The atmosphere stays loud. The window keeps distance intact, like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined and understated.
Lamp glow stays narrow, resting on the desk's quiet edge. The table surface looks matte, holding light without flare. Window glass keeps the street distant, reduced to muted points. Air drifts slow, then steadies, as if it chose a calm pace. A chair remains slightly turned, not corrected, not explained. Floor grain shows briefly where the warm circle reaches. Curtain folds hang straight, their weight visible in stillness. A cup cools in place, unchanged by any new sound. The ceiling stays plain, an unadorned line above the room. Traffic arrives as a thin layer, softened before it enters. Reflections slide along the pane when a car passes below. Time advances quietly, measured by subtle shadow movement. Coolness gathers near the frame, close to the latch and seal. Warmth stays near the shade, contained in a small radius. A shelf edge catches a pale highlight, then lets it go. Books stand closed, their spines dim, their order undisturbed. The wall holds a gentle gradient, brighter near the lamp. No voice enters and the room remains workable and calm. A distant elevator tone appears briefly, then dissolves. Outside signals change slowly, seen more than noticed. Silence returns to the same baseline. After each soft sound, the hallway beyond the door remains dark and separate. A notebook lies open, blank space, steady, without pressure. Air remains neutral with no scent, asking for attention. A faint building vibration settles, then smooths into quiet. The street below grows quieter after a brief passing engine. Corners stay dim, holding shape without pulling focus. Minutes continue evenly, without lift, without drop. The window keeps distance intact, like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined and gently understating. Shaded bulb warms one wall panel, leaving corners subdued. The desk stays clear, edges simple, lines kept minimal. Streetlights outside appear as small beads in softened haze. Hair moves near the vent in brief pulses, then disappears. A glass stands untouched, catching a thin line of brightness. The floor shows faint sheen, only where light grazes it. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure and in fabric. Distant tires whisper as texture, never forming a scene. Time passes with restraint, felt in the slow shift of reflection. Cool air stays closest to the sill, near the metal latch. Warm air gathers near the shade's underside, contained and mild. Book spine brightens for a moment, then returns to shadow. The ceiling remains flat, calm and uninterested in detail. Outside signal colors cycle slowly, muted by distance. A low engine rises briefly, then blends into the background. Silence holds practical space, suitable for reading and work. The hallway remains unlit, with no footsteps approaching. A cup rests beside paper, its rim quiet, its surface still. The wall's light gradient softens toward the window side. A shelf keeps objects aligned, unremarked, steady in place. Reflections drift across the pane, then settle into dark glass. Minutes extend in tidy spacing, without any crescendo. Air stays clear and neutral, without perfume or smoke. Shadows under the chair remain rounded, never sharp. One office window across the street goes dark calmly. Darkness widens by a rectangle, no drama attached. The room remains balanced between warmth and cool distance. Sound thins, returns, then thins again, always restrained. Nothing asks to be resolved, nothing insists on change. Night continues as a quiet, refined backdrop.
On the tabletop, like a small, steady feel. The window frames buildings as soft outlines against night. Air slides along the baseboard in pauses without effort. A chair sits slightly back, holding its measured distance. The desk surface stays dark, absorbing glare into matte calm. Curtains remain motionless, folds precise in low illumination. A cup cools near a coaster ring, unchanged by passing time. Traffic arrives blurred, a distant watch rather than an event. A faint reflection moves when headlights pass and then withdraw. Time continues in restrained steps, marked by shadow drift. Coolness lingers near the glass edge, close to the frame seam. Warmth stays near the lampshade, mild and contained. The ceiling light remains plain, quietly continuous. A shelf edge catches a marrow highlight, then releases it. Books remain closed, aligned without a need to be read. Outside signals shift at an even pace, unhurried. Silence returns quickly after each soft external sound. The hallway stays dim beyond the door, separate and still. Air remains clear, with no sin rising to attention. A notebook sits open, blank margins, steady and clean. The wall shows a gentle gradient, not bright, not dull. Shadows gather under furniture with softened borders. A distant elevator hum appears, then fades into building quiet. The street below quiets after a car returning to hush. Minutes pass evenly, suitable for late focus. The window keeps the city politely distant, never close. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing sharpens into drama, nothing resolves into a peak. The room keeps its neutral order, steady and refined. The night holds a consistent tone behind the glass. Behind the glass.
To a modest circle, the desk corner looks clean, with space left intentionally open. Window glass shows the avenue, a softened geometry. Air moves gently near the sill, then settles into balance. A chair remains angled, as if left mid-adjustment. The floor stays dark, grain visible only where light reaches. Curtain folds hang straight, there seems faint but readable. A clear tumbler stands empty, catching a thin reflection line. Traffic outside becomes low texture, steady in diametrisure. Time advances with minimal signal, quiet and regular. Cool air gathers near the latch, close to the frame corner. Warmth stays near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, no ornament drawing attention. A shelf holds simple objects, edges softened by dimness. Books stay closed, aligned in a calm vertical order. Outside signals cycle slowly, their glow muted by distance. Reflections slide across the pane when headlights pass below. Silence resumes immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains unlit, unchanged. Air remains neutral, without perfume, without smoke. Rests closed, square to the desk edge. The wall carries a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows remain rounded beneath the chair legs. A faint building hum rises, then dissolves into stillness. One window across the street turns off, widening darkness calmly. Minutes continue evenly, with no dramatic turn. The street returns to hush after a buzz, then stays quiet. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing lifts toward a climax. The tone stays even. Night remains consistent, refined and quietly present.
Lamplight touches the wall in a narrow, warm band. The tabletop reads a smooth and dark, nearly charcoal. The window keeps the street at a polite distance. Air drifts slow, then steadies as the room settles. A chair back holds a soft curve in shadow. The floor shows faint sheen near light, then fades to dark. Curtains stay still, folds measured, no flutter at the edge. A cup rests beside paper, cooled into quiet permanence. Traffic arises, soft and gray, never becoming a focus. Time moves forward through subtle changes in reflection. Coolness stays near the window, seam close to metal and glass. Warmth remains nearer the shade, held within a small radius. The ceiling line stays ordinary, quietly continuous. A shelf edge catches a pale highlight, then returns to dim. Books stand closed, order intact, no titles calling out. Outside signals change slowly, unhurried, restrained. Reflections drift across the pane as cars pass below. Silence returns after stays dark beyond the door, separate and calm. Air remains clear without scent, without insistence. A notebook lies open, blank margin steady and clean. The walls gradient softens toward the window side. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A distant elevator tone appears, then dissolves quickly. Across the street, one office rectangle goes dark quietly. Minutes extend with tidy spacing suitable for late work. The street below quiets again, returning to a muted hush. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing resolves, nothing peaks. The atmosphere stays level. Night continues as a refined and actuate backdrop. A small bulb keeps brightness contained near the desktop. The desk surface stays clear, edges crisp, uncluttered. Window glass shows street lamps as softened points in distance. Air moves near the vent in brief pulses, then fades. A chair remains slightly pulled back, holding its spacing. The floor stays dark with a faint line of sheen near light. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure in dim fabric. A glass of water stands still, catching a pale reflection. Traffic becomes a low layer, steady, easily ignored. Time advances quietly, seen in shadow drift on the wall. Cool air rests near the latch, close to the frame corner. Warmth gathers nearer the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, with no detail asking attention. A shelf holds books in calm alignment, spine subdued. Outside signals cycle slowly, their glow muted by distance. Reflections slide along the pane when headlights pass below. Silence resumes quickly after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door stays unlit, unchanged. Air remains neutral and clear, without perfume or smoke. A notebook sits open, blank space, steady and patient. The wall shows a gentle gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under the chair remain rounded, soft-edged. A faint mechanical hum appears somewhere below, then dissolves. One window across the street turns off, widening darkness quietly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for reading in late focus. The street quiets after a car, then returns to hush. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing shifts into drama. The mood stays level. Keeps distance intact, like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined and understated. Gathers on a table corner, modest and steady. The desk edge looks clean, with space left intentionally open. Through the window, buildings appear as softened dark outlines. Air slides along the baseboard, then pauses without effort. A chair remains angled, left as it was, quietly stable. The floor stays dark, gray and visible only near the lamp. Curtain folds hang straight, seems faint in low illumination. A cup rests beside a coaster mark, cooled into stillness. Traffic outside becomes distant texture, thin and texture. Time passes with restraint, measured by reflection drift on glass. Coolness lingers near the pane's edge, close to the frame seam. Warmth stays near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, quietly continuous above the room. A shelf edge catches a narrow highlight, then releases it. Books remain closed, aligned, undisturbed by any motion outside. Signals change slowly, their colors muted by distance. Reflections glide across the pane as headlights pass below. Silence returns immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dim and separate. notebook lies closed, square to the desk edge. The wall holds a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A faint elevator tone appears, then dissolves quickly. Across the street, one office light turns off. Calmly, minutes continue evenly, suitable for late work and study. The street quiets after a bus, then settles again. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing rises toward a climax. The tone stays level. Night continues as a refined body trade background.
A shaded lamp keeps brightness low, contained near the desktop. The tabletop reads as matte, dark enough to soften glare. The window frame street lights are small points in softened haze. Air moves gently near the cell, then steadies into balance. A chair remains slightly back, preserving a measured distance. The floor shows faint sheen near light, fading toward corners. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure without motion. Clear tumbler stands untouched, reflecting a thin pale line. Traffic arrives as distant grain, steady and unobtrusive. Time advances quietly, visible in slow shadow movement. Cool air stays near the latch, close to glass and frame. Warmth gathers nearer, the shade mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, offering no detail to chase. A shelf holds books aligned, spines dim, border intact. Outside signals cycle slowly, muted by distance and glass. Across the street, one window goes dark, widening night calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for reading and late focus. A street quiets after a passing engine, then steadies. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing becomes dramatic. The atmosphere stayed level. The window keeps distance intact. like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined and understated. The street quiets after a passing engine, then steadies. Corners remained unstable and uninsisted. Nothing becomes dramatic. The atmosphere stays level. The window keeps distance intact, like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined and understated. Glow rests on the desk in a small warm pool. The table edge looks straight, quietly defined in low light. Window glass shows a subdued street grid, softened and distant. Air slides near the floor, then pauses as if settling. The chair remains angled toward the table, unchanged in place. The floor stays dark, with faint grain visible near the lamp. Curtain folds hang still, seems faint but readable. A cup cools beside paper, its surface unchanged by motion. Traffic outside becomes a thin texture, steady and unobtrusive. Time moves forward through subtle shifts in reflection on glass. Coolness lingers near the frame, corner close to the latch. Warmth remains nearer the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling stays plain, quietly continuous above the room. A shelf edge catches a pale highlight, then returns to dim. Books remain closed, a line without any urgency. Outside signals change slowly, their glow muted by distance. Reflections drift across the pane as headlights pass below. Silence resumes immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dark and separate. Air remains clear and neutral, without perfume or smoke. A notebook lies close, squared to the desk edge. The wall holds a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A faint elevated tone appears, then dissolves quickly. Across the street, one office rectangle goes dark calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for study and late work. The street quiets after a car, then returns to hush. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing peaks, the mood stays level and refined. Night continues as an unosift backdrop.
Contained near the tabletop. The desk surface stays spare, edges clean, uncluttered. Through the window, distant lamps appear as softened points. Air moves near the vent in brief pulses, then fades. A chair remains slightly pulled back, holding steady spacing. The floor shows faint sheen near light, then disappears into dark. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure without movement. A clear glass stands still, catching a thin pale reflection. Traffic becomes a low background layer, steady and the host said. Time advances quietly, measured by shadow drift on the wall. Cool air stays near the latch, close to glass and frame. Warmth gathers near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain with no detail, calling attention. A shelf holds books aligned, spines dim, order intact. Outside signals cycle slowly, muted by distance and glass. Reflections slide across the pane as cars pass below. Silence returns quickly after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains unlit, unchanged. Air remains neutral and clear, without perfume or smoke. A notebook sits open blank. margins steady and clean. The wall carries a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under the chair remain rounded, never sharp. A faint mechanical hum appears below, then dissolves across the street. One window goes dark, widening night calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for reading and lay focus. The street quiets after a passing engine, then steadies. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing becomes dramatic, the atmosphere stays level. The window keeps distance intact, like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined and all dissident. Lamplight rests near the desk edge, modest and steady. The tabletop reads as dark and matte, with no shine. Window glass frames the street, a softened geometry. Air slides along the baseboard, then pauses without effort. A chair remains angled, left as it was, quietly stable. The floor stays dark, green visible only near the lamp. Curtain folds hang still, seems faint in low illumination. A cup rests beside a coaster mark, cooled into stillness. Traffic outside becomes distant texture, thin and intrusive. Time passes with restraint, measured by reflection, drift on glass. Coolness lingers near the pane's edge, close to the frame seam. Warmth stays near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, quietly continuous above the room. A shelf edge catches a narrow highlight, then releases it. Books remain closed, aligned, undisturbed by any motion. Outside signals change slowly, their colors muted by distance. Reflections glide across the pane as headlights pass below. Silence returns immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dim and separate. Air remains clear, with no scent rising to attention. A notebook lies open, blank space, steady and patient. The wall holds a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A faint elevator tone appears, then dissolves quickly. Across the street, one office light turns off calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for late work and study. The street quiets after a bus, then settles again. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing rises toward a climax, the tone stays level. Night continues as a refined electric background. A shaded lamp keeps brightness low near the desktop. The desk surface stays clear, edges crisp, uncluttered. The window frames distant streetlights as softened points. Air moves gently near the sill, then steadies into balance. A chair remains slightly back, preserving measured distance. The floor shows faint sheen near light, fading toward corners. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure without motion. A clear tumbler stands untouched, reflecting a thin, pale line. Traffic arises, distant grain, steady and unleash you slain. Time advances quietly, visible in slow shadow movement. Cool air stays near the latch, close to glass and frame. Warmth gathers near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, offering no detail to chase. A shelf holds books aligned, spines dim, order intact. Outside signals cycle slowly, muted by distance and glass. Reflections slide across the pane as cars pass below. Silence returns quickly after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains unlit, unchanged. Air remains neutral and clear without perfume or smoke. A notebook sits open, blank margins, steady and clean. trace a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under the chair remain rounded, never sharp. A faint mechanical hum appears below, then dissolves across the street. One window goes dark, widening night calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for reading in late focus. The street quiets after a passing engine, then steadies. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing becomes dramatic, the atmosphere stays level. The window keeps distance intact, like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined and understudied.
Gathers on the table corner, modest and steady. The desk edge looks clean, with space left intentionally open. Through the window, buildings appear as soft and dark outlines. Air slides along the baseboard, then pauses without effort. A chair remains angled, left as it was, quietly stable. The floor stays dark, grain visible only near the lamp. Curtain folds hang straight, seems faint in low illumination. A cup rests beside paper, cooled into stillness. Traffic outside becomes distant texture, thin and unobtrusive. Time passes with restraint, measured by reflection, drift on glass. Coolness lingers near the pane's edge, close to the frame seam. Warmth stays near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, quietly continuous above the room. A shelf edge catches a narrow highlight, then releases it. Books remain closed, aligned, undisturbed by any motion. Outside signals change slowly, their colors muted by distance. Reflections glide across the pane as headlights pass below. Silence returns immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dim and separate. Air remains clear with no scent rising to attention. A notebook lies close, square to the desk edge. The wall holds a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A faint elevator tone appears, then dissolves quickly. Across the street, one office light turns off calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for late work and study. The street quiets after a bus, then settles again. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing rises toward a climax, the tone stays level. Night continues as a refined velvet background.
A lamp glow rests on the desk in a small warm pool. The tabletop rests as dark and matte with no shine. The window glass shows a subdued street grid, softened and distant. Air slides near the floor, then pauses as if settling. A chair remains angled toward the table, unchanged in place. The floor stays dark, with faint grain visible near the lamp. Curtain folds hang still, seems faint but readable. A cup cools beside paper, its surface unchanged by motion. Traffic outside becomes a thin texture, steady in its wrist. Time moves forward through subtle shifts in reflection on glass. Coolness lingers near the frame corner, close to the latch. Remains near the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling stays plain, quietly continuous above the room. A shelf edge catches a pale highlight, then returns to dim. Books remain closed, a line without any urgency. Outside, signals change slowly, their glow muted by distance. Reflections drift across the pane as headlights pass below. Silence resumes immediately after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains dark and separate. Air remains clear and neutral, without perfume or smoke. A notebook sits open, blank margin steady and clean. The wall holds a soft gradient. Brighter near the lamp, shadows under furniture keep rounded borders. A faint mechanical hum appears below, then dissolves across the street. One office rectangle goes dark calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for study and late work. The street quiets after a car, then returns to hush. Corners remain calm, holding darkness without weight. Nothing peaks, the mood stays level and refined. Night continues as a medicine backdrop. Warm bulb keeps brightness contained near the tabletop. The desk surface stays spare, edges clean, uncluttered. Through the window, distant lamps appear, soften points. Air moves near the vent and brief pulses, then fades. A chair remains slightly pulled back, holding steady spacing. The floor shows faint sheen near light and disappears into dark. Curtain seams fall straight, quiet structure without movement. A clear glass stands still, catching a thin, pale reflection. Traffic becomes a low background layer, steady and unobtrusive. Time advances quietly, measured by shadow drift on the wall. Cool air stays near the latch, close to glass and frame. Wharf gathers nearer the shade, mild and contained. The ceiling remains plain, with no detail calling attention. A shelf holds books aligned, spines dim, order intact. Outside signals cycle slowly, muted by distance and glass. Reflections slide across the pane as cars pass below. Silence returns quickly after each brief exterior sound. The hallway beyond the door remains unlit,
unchanged. Air remains neutral and clear, without perfume or smoke. A notebook lies closed, squared to the desk edge. The wall carries a soft gradient, brighter near the lamp. Shadows under the chair remain rounded, never sharp. A faint elevator tone appears and dissolves quickly across the street. One window goes dark, widening night calmly. Minutes continue evenly, suitable for reading and late focus. The street quiets after a passing engine, then steadies. Corners remain dim, stable and uninsistent. Nothing becomes dramatic, the atmosphere stays level. The window keeps distance intact, like a clear boundary. Night remains consistent, refined.